This device is the MinIO, which stands for Miniature Input Output. You notice I have two different devices here. One, the older version, has the white background with the dark lettering. The newer version has the dark background with the white lettering. It's fully backwards compatible, so in the event that you need to replace one of the older ones, you can just replace it by pulling the Phoenix connectors off and putting the dark one in its place. And that's all you need to worry about. The MinIO consists of 6 universal inputs, 2 dedicated digital inputs, 2 dedicated analog outputs, as well as 6 dedicated digital outputs. The universal outputs can handle a signal for 4 to 20 milliamps, 0 to 10 volt DC, 1 to 5 volt DC, digital, and any thermistor that doesn't exceed 100,000 ohms. When tying a sensor to an input, it's important to remember what type of sensor it is and which terminals it'll terminate to. A 4 to 20 milliamp or a 0 to 10 volt DC sensor will terminate the positive wire, which is the red or the white, will attach to the 24V terminal. The negative wire, which is always the black wire, will terminate to the in terminal. When wiring a digital signal to the MinIO, terminate the negative wire to the input terminal and the positive wire to the source terminal. Digital signals are not polarity sensitive, so it doesn't matter which wire terminates to which terminal. A thermistor input will terminate to the ground and the input terminal as well. When configuring the sensor, ensure that you have the jumper set on the correct setting as indicated on the silkscreen on the front of the device. When powering the MinIO, you apply 24 volts to terminals 28 and 29. It's a 10 VA draw, and so the MinIO is capable of sharing a transformer with other devices. The dedicated digital inputs on the MinIO are used primarily for meters and digital inputs. This new MinIO can read faster inputs. It has a rating of 10 Hertz. This allows us to read types of meters that we were unable to in the past. The 2 dedicated analog outputs are a 0 to 10 volt DC signal and should be terminated as designated on the installation drawings. The 6 dedicated digital outputs are Form C relays that are rated at 5 amps, 240 volts AC. The important thing to remember is that when the LED is lit for that output, that's attached to the coil, and that means that relay is energized. When troubleshooting it, if you see the LED is on, that relay is energized and the device should be functioning. To set the address for the MinIO, use the dip switches located at the top of the device. Be sure to check out the video that goes into greater detail.